What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Mile High Hockey. Mike Evans, Will Peterson. Mike, the Colorado Avalanche are officially hot. Winners of 4 of their last 5 games, including a 4-2 win over the Kings last night where Mikko Rantanen gets his second hat trick of the year. Your biggest takeaways from another nice night at Ball Arena?
Well, another slow start at home, right? They give up the goal on the first shift of the game. But, you know, one thing we're seeing is they're giving up that first goal, but they're rallying quick, and Alexandar Georgiev is tightening up right after that, you know, and he was good the rest of the way. But the excellence of Mikko Rantanen, 8 goals in his last 6 games. Dude's on a certifiable heater. He even said, hey, you know, I'm in one of those stretches right now where, honestly, maybe I'm not always playing the best, but the goals are going in. Right. And it's funny because there'll be times, plenty of other times, where I'm working my butt off and I'm not getting the results. So he's in one of those sweet spots right now. And you know, it's just one of those reminders. Pay the man. Pay the man. Let's get this done. I mean, I still have a little bit of doubt about whether or not it's going to happen. But come on, let's go. Let's get this done.
Yeah, I think Avs fans would love to wake up to that news, maybe that Mikko and the Avs have agreed on a contract extension that's basically going to keep him here for the rest of his career. His second hat trick of the year, first guy in the NHL to have 2 hat tricks this season. Remember, the first one came in the opener, that forgettable game against the Vegas Golden Knights where his hat trick was an afterthought because the Avalanche lost 8-4. But yeah, Mikko's on a tear right now, and I love, he told the TNT crew, he went on with them after the game, that he had the first shot at the empty net and tried to pass it to Artturi Lehkonen, and said Jared Bednar came up to him on the bench and said, Mikko, you know you have 2 goals, right? And then the next time on the empty net, he didn't miss it. Let the hats start flying at Ball Arena. You mentioned Georgie, gives up 2 in the first, none the rest of the way. But I think even a bigger story, Mike, the Avs allowed 0 shots to the LA Kings in the second period. Best way to keep the puck out of the net, don't let them shoot it.
Think about that. No shots on goal, right? You would think you'd get 1 or 2 would just kind of slip through. But no, it spoke to how well they were playing. And Bednar, after the game, said, you know, at that point, you know, we're looking for a big third period, and we were able to go in there in between periods and really build on and talk about what we had done so well defensively and use that as a real jumping off point into the third period. So we created a lot of good habits in that second period in holding them to no shots, and it was just the foundation that they used to go out and play a strong third period and pick up another win, get above 500, and let's hope we never have to see 500 the rest of the way.
I was writing a story for DenverSports.com last night, and I was going to write, this is the first time they've been over 500, and then I went and checked it, Mike. They actually were 5-4-0 on that 5-game winning streak, so second time over 500, but I'm with you. Let's hope they don't go back. Artturi Lehkonen also gets a goal last night. That's his 3rd in 5 games since coming back, and speaking of coming back, Friday night, tomorrow night, big night to be at Ball Arena. Jonathan Drouin and Miles Wood were both activated off IR this morning. That's a formality. Bednar had said he thought they'd go, but good to see that become official. Valeri Nichushkin, Jared Bednar has said 2, 3, 4 times he will be in the lineup Friday the 15th against the Capitals. You're talking about 3 significant additions tomorrow night in another home game where they try to keep this hot stretch rolling.
And this was kind of what you and I were talking about through the tough spots at the beginning of the season. I was trying to preach patience, try to look at the silver lining. The cavalry is going to come back. And in the meantime, you're giving some young players, some other guys, a chance to show what they can do, and that only helps in terms of building organizational depth. But yes, to be able to get these guys back is huge. I'll turn the tables on you. What kind of reaction do you think Val's going to get from the home fans?
Oh, I think he will get a big cheer, standing ovation. I expect him to be in the starting lineup, to get introduced on the Jumbotron, and Avs fans to go nuts. Listen, it's not May anymore. It's not May 13th anymore. These emotions aren't as raw. The first 17 games of the season, yeah, they're 9-8, but there's been some downs along with some ups, Mike. Avalanche fans won a second Stanley Cup in 4 years. I think all is forgiven. Again, you know, we've had to forgive Val a couple of times now, but my gut is nothing but raucous embrace. How about you?
Really? See, now if it was me, I'd kind of be sitting on my hands a little bit. Meaning, I'm glad you're back. I recognize your value. I know we can't win a Stanley Cup without you. And your absence has been revealing as to how much we miss you.
Yeah.
That said, you've let us down twice. and I can't forgive that. I can't forget that. So I'm glad you're back, but I'm not going to go overboard in welcoming you back. You still have a little bit to prove to me, the Avalanche fan.
Yeah, I don't hate the take at all. I just think Friday night, Ball Arena, everyone's in a good mood. It's the weekend. I'll be there. I'll catch a video of it, post it on social media, and let you know.
I'm not going to boo I wouldn't boo
I'm
the
not
guy.
saying, yeah, I'm with you.
But I think I'd kind of just sit
on the
there
hands.
and, maybe polite golf clap.
And with Wood and Drouin coming back, Mike, this is the ideal lineup for the Avs, other than Ross Colton.
Yep.
And Gabriel Landeskog. We kind of said we're going to stop putting Landeskog in with these injured players. But in a perfect world, in your first playoff game in April, the lineup we see tomorrow night will be the same with Colton in there and then maybe Gabe. But I think the point is, like, the time for excuses is up. This is the Avs pretty much close to full health.
And that's why I feel like there's like a 8 or 9 game winning streak percolating right now with this group. And we may not see it right away, but I feel like it's out there. I just feel like this is a team that's going to look around, take a deep breath, and be like, okay, we got through the tough part. Let's roll.
And don't forget that they've won 4 of 5, and the one loss in this streak, Connor Hellebuck just stoned them in Winnipeg, but they only lost 1-0. I mean, this could very easily be a 5-game winning streak as is. So if you're feeling an 8 or 9 coming after this, we could be talking about one of those 13 of 14 stretches.
Absolutely.
That sort of vaults them not to the top of the West because Winnipeg has pulled out so far, but honestly, maybe second in the Central, second in the West.
You rip off 7 wins in a row, and that's a quick 14 points that you're adding to your point total. You'll climb the standings fast.
All right, so tomorrow night, do you keep Georgiev in net against the Capitals? It would be his 5th straight start, or do you have to go back to Justus Annunen at some point, just in the sense of, hey, you want to keep him fresh, and B, show Georgie that, like, yeah, you're playing better, and we're all happy, but that doesn't mean you get to play every game forever.
When's the next back-to-back? I think you're going to see Georgiev continue to get the starter's treatment. I think if we've tried to figure out Jared Bednar throughout all of this, and I'll be the first to admit, hand up, it's been a struggle to read his mind, but I think it's pretty clear now. They want Georgiev to be the number one guy. Annunen will probably have to wait for that classic backup opportunity, which is the second of the back-to-back or the 4th game in 5 nights, that kind of thing.
Yeah, we'll see how many Washington Capitals fans trek in tomorrow night. It feels like whenever these East Coast teams come to town, especially the ones with some history, there's a lot of them. But it's an exciting time to be an Avs fans. Avs fans, we made it 3 more games, Mike, and we're a quarter of the way through the season. Like, this thing is flying by.
It moves.
It is flying by. Well, we're so excited. Appreciate you tuning in as always. Like I said, the Avs are officially hot. Mike and I hope they're still hot when we see you next Tuesday.